$116 episodes.
You're 100. Oh, I thought you were 116
We look good
years
for
old.
116. We're the Wildflowers.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Peggy.
I'm Carol.
I'm Judy.
We did it in reverse
Yes,
today.
yes, exactly.
Thanks for joining
I
us.
feel like are we all even? Sort of? Okay.
Are we?
Are we?
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah,
I feel
raise your
very
hand.
close to you.
Okay.
All right.
I can
Hello.
move over
That's
too.
good.
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's all
Okay,
good.
with your cooties.
Okay.
That's not nice.
So
Okay.
I have a question. Since we are books, booze, and banter.
Yes, books, booze, and banter. Yes.
I had a banter about books.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know if that's allowed.
Well,
It's got to be 3 separate things.
And you being an author too, and I wanted to get your perspective on this. It's a very short piece I read in the New Yorker. I need my flashlight because it's dark in here. And it was talking about an article that was written in January 1970 in the New Yorker. So they were re-bringing this up again. It was written by a woman named Mary McCarthy. And she wrote, you do? Okay. Really quick, she says, One Touch of Nature, that was the name of the article, a tour-de-force essay that stretched across 19 pages. And it really was talking about what happened to nature imagery in fiction. McCarthy contends that novels have drifted far from, quote, when the skill of an author was felt to be demonstrated by his descriptive prowess.
Mm-hmm.
Dickens' London fogs, Melvin's Pacific.
Yeah.
Now, she observes, rivers, lakes, mountains, valleys are thin on the literary ground. Mm-hmm. And I pause that because, you know, I that's something I have thought about too.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, what do you think about it? There are some authors, modern, and the one that comes to mind is John Irving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He spends a lot of time, I find, talking about nature and descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
And other ones, you know, are books that they spend very little time. Not that they don't talk about it at all, but not as much as you would find
Right.
the older ones, or even like an Irving does.
Mm-hmm.
And I can find beauty in both styles. So I'm wondering what you guys think about that.
Well, I think that it depends on the book that you're reading. Like, I read that book, The Last Illusion of Page. I reviewed it here, the last podcast before last. And that took place on a lake in Australia. So there was descriptions of the paths that they took to go down to the lake and where the houses were. But I think it really depends on the setting of the story,
And I also
whether or
think
not they'll talk about it.
back in the day, before television, before the movie screens, I think authors had that ability to really draw the picture in fiction. You know, whereas now we all know, you know, people say, well, they know what trees are. They know, you know. But like even in Without Grace, I tried to make sure to give the mood of the area, you know, like the lake and the trees. But I didn't delve into it too deep. But and sometimes I find when an author goes on and on, I tend to skip.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, okay, I got it. This is where you're in the woods. I know what the woods look like,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
I did the same with
Yeah.
Irving's, a book that I read about a year or so ago, and it was like he can go on about granite
Yeah.
so much, and I'm like, enough with the granite, John. I like your work, but we're done.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So no, I get it. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think, you know, you pick and choose the strengths of the location or whatever, you focus on that.
yeah.
But that's for me. But like we were saying too,
Yeah.
is like if it goes on and on, you know,
Yeah.
it's you know, it's a
Well,
bit
I
much.
also think that in this day and age, everybody's more in a hurry. Than,
Yes.
you know, we don't have the leisure time. I mean, we do, but there's so many other things that we do.
That's fine for attention.
Exactly.
And it's interesting she mentioned Dickens in that piece because I mean I think some of Dickens' works originally were published as like weeklies.
Yeah.
Yes, they were,
Right?
yeah.
And so you do
Yeah.
want to describe more
Right.
because to keep
Yeah.
that interest going week to
Yeah.
week. So yeah. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
I just thought
No,
it was
that's
cool.
interesting.
Thing
Yeah.
to tie it in.
I didn't mention this in the last one. I did talk to Peggy yesterday about this, but what I plan to do, I'm committed myself this year. I'm not going to be writing much at all. I have 3 finished novels, one that will be published in September, the other 2 haven't found a home yet. I'm going to read more.
Yes.
I'm going to not feel guilty reading instead of writing, because and I've been reading. I'm reading Julia Park, Tracy Park's book Silence, and I'm loving it. And it's like, it's funny because I will come into the living room now and sit on my couch and look at the Christmas tree. Do you know what a Christmas tree looks like? It's got lights on it. No, and the dogs want to sit with me on the couch, and I'll be reading, and I took a couple pictures actually of it, and I was just like, this is so enjoyable. I don't feel pressure to, like, I have 2 novels that I've started that are still in limbo, but I'm like, no, it's okay. I want to focus. I have so many books.
Well, as a writer, don't you have to fill your own cup too?
Yes,
with
yeah.
it, and that's part of
And I
it.
think
don't
we
you
were
think?
talking about
Yeah,
that
we
too.
were.
We
Like
didn't-
it could spark a story in your head
Absolutely.
by
Well, I have
reading
enough
it.
of those. It's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep them at a breaks on them. Like I want to no, don't think of
Yeah.
anything. Just focus on reading.
Yeah.
So that's
when
my
you were
commitment.
describing like sitting there with the tree and the dogs, it brought to mind, you look at an old painting
Yeah.
of, like the, in the
Victorian
1800s and sitting in the window seats reading the books
I
and
think I have a painting in
everybody-
one of the bedrooms or one of the
yeah,
rooms.
and everybody just looks
Oh, I
so
think it's
relaxed
yeah.
and happy and stress free.
Yes, yeah.
you know,
Well, that's
'cause-
and Victoria, the series that I'm watching that you finished watching. I noticed like how Victoria would be in her little seat reading, and Prince Albert would be off to the side
Yeah.
reading his own book too. And I'm like, oh,
I know. I
So-
know. Well, there was no TV and no radio and no other distractions.
And
so
leisure time.
people-
in some
Yes.
ways,
Yeah.
especially when you talk
Yeah.
about the Victorian,
Yeah,
like the
uh-huh.
royalty. They have
yeah, they
leisure
had
time.
plenty of the leisure time. It was the other people that didn't.
Exactly.
And they
Yeah.
weren't even educated. So,
True.
like, there was just night and day there, inside the palace and outside the palace.
for sure.
So,
Yeah. Did you say you had?
I do have something. I found this on Facebook. You might remember Patty Comforti and Tony Arroyo. They worked in
The name
in Levittown with us.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm friends with them on Facebook, and Patty posted this the other day, and I shared it and I printed it out to share because I just it's just so simple, but I loved it. And it's 6 eye-opening Japanese concepts that will transform your life. So one, I don't know how to pronounce Japanese, maybe is ikigai. Find what makes your life meaningful by doing what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. And then 2 is kaizen, make small daily improvements. Then there's hara hachibu, eat until you're 80% full. It keeps you energized and prevents overeating.
Yeah.
I've been doing that this week. I said I'm not, like you always think you have to finish what's on your plate.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because, we were raised
Right,
that way.
right, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then there is shoshin. Think like a beginner. Be open to learning and trying new things.
Yeah.
And like I find myself sometimes doing that even
What do you
during
mean
my
sometimes?
career.
You always
is
do
that-
that.
Yeah, you're very curious
you're
and open to new
curious.
experiences.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, in my career, it was like, yeah, don't tell me. I already know how to do that,
Oh, I see
So
what you're saying.
I tried, that, stuck out to me. I said, I do that sometimes. Like it's okay to be thinking like a beginner,
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then there was Obaitori. I have no idea. I'm
Obaitori.
butchering Japanese. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own path and timing in life. And then wabi-sabi. Sounds like a lunch.
Yeah.
Find beauty in imperfections and simplicity. Enjoy the present moment. And I just thought this is a good way for me to start, this new year coming up, to try and keep these things in mind. I mean, I'm not going to do them all the time, but
I feel like we all do this anyway.
I think we all
To a
might try
degree.
to,
Yeah.
but we
I
all
think you
can
do.
forget very easily.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it's easy to fall back on
Yep.
old patterns.
Yes,
Right, right.
exactly.
No, it's a
So
good
it's just, you know,
reminder.
to keep things, you know, I'm gonna
You
put
should
it
bring
up
that
on
and
my
put it in your
fridge.
Why
bathroom.
don't you do a
Yeah.
needlepoint with
No,
that?
seriously, I put up stuff in my
Yes, you
bathroom.
do.
Yeah.
Do a needlepoint.
Needle points. You know,
Yeah.
we talk about the Victorians. We don't
I know,
do-
that's right.
we don't.
Well, is anybody in the mood for some wine?
Yes.
Oh, that's a pretty bottle.
Yes, well, this is the
Let me
one.
see.
It's got a holiday look to it, even though this is going to air after Christmas.
Oh, yes.
See, she's holding a wreath.
Okay. This is the Holy Spirit, Quinta.
Yeah,
Quinta.
Quinta do Espírito
I forgot what
Santo.
Quinta means.
It's a Tinta Roriz and Castelleo. I wrote it out. Castelleo. Castelleo. Where did I write it out?
Castelleo.
Huh, maybe it's in my other, oh wait, no, here it is, okay. Yeah, Castelleo grape from Portugal, and I will start pouring.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, you've got a white top, I don't wanna spill anything on you, cause it would happen and then I would,
Oops.
what do you mean whoops?
Oops.
What do you mean whoops?
I have to drive home eventually.
Okay,
And while she's pouring, I just noticed you're using this top. I got this for you guys.
That's right.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Christmas
Love
many
it.
years ago,
Yeah.
and it was called It's called Three Wise Women.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
awesome.
I
still
love
have
it.
it.
you have yours too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have mine too.
And Toto too. Okay, so it's a full-bodied red wine with vibrant. Okay, I won't say what it's got in it. Go ahead.
No,
taste.
no, no. All right. Well, it's darker than the last one we did.
Yes, much.
Ooh.
Oh wait, Happy New Year's.
Happy New
Happy
Year's,
New
everybody.
Year.
Yep, 2026.
All the best. Smells like smoky or something. Mm.
I feel like I need another sip. I like to.
Wow, this is full-bodied. Wow.
What do you taste? Wine.
It's very full-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
I like the body. It's a little
Is it?
cringy in the jaw.
Yes, a
Mhm.
lot cringy.
Yes.
I'm thinking of like.
I think that means high
cheese.
tannins or something.
Well, what kind of
Ooh. Yeah, it's very.
should I say?
Mm.
What are you tasting?
Oh no.
All right, I'll read.
Is
But-
it Cabernet?
It's a Tempranillo.
Oh, wow, this is heavy for
Yeah.
a Tempranillo.
And you know how I like Tempranillo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, and that's the grape variety. It's got
This is heavy.
vibrant plum and black cherry aromas. The palate offers mouth-filling dark fruit flavors plus hints of black pepper and toasty vanilla. I taste
Toasty.
it.
The
I
toasty.
See, I taste the black pepper. I don't taste the vanilla. Elegant tannins frame the long, complex finish.
Yeah, it is a long finish.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, how many wildflowers would you
Oh.
I like it. That first sip, like, kind of like tightened up my jaw.
get?
I give this a 4.5.
But yeah, I
4.5?
agree.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.5.
Mm.
It's good.
I would.
Okay.
Does this have a high alcohol content? I
What do you
it
think?
does.
What do
I'm
you
going to say this is like a 14.5.
I'm gonna go 13.5.
15.
I
Holy
could tell it. I
moly.
could tell it. Yeah, I could tell it right when you. I was like, wow, this has
Wow.
a lot of alcohol.
Yes, and price
Stay
point?
alive, don't drink and drive.
Yeah. Price point?
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna say $21.99.
20.
Closer to 19.
Oh, it's
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good.
It's very
Yeah.
good.
So, yeah, but this is the bottle I was going to have you share the last one. You forgot to bring wine.
I remember.
Oh,
the label. Yeah.
okay.
But then
Okay.
but then I was like, you know what? And then I looked it up and went, oh, Tempranillo. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. So,
And is it, oh, it's Portugal.
Portugal.
I was gonna
Portugal.
say, yeah, Castillo is
Yeah.
not Spanish.
yep. From
Very, very
Okay, so, because I did a Portuguese wine a little. I think Quinta in Portuguese is like the estate. So that would be the estate
Oh,
of the
okay.
Holy Spirit.
I got scared.
Wow, the Holy
In the name
Spirit
of
is
the
going to
Father
be
and
drunk.
of the
If it drinks this,
It's
the
not
Holy
the
Spirit
evil
will be
spirit.
drunk. This is a very high
Body of
alcohol
Christ.
wine,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only one not driving, so
Amen.
salute.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it.
Mm.
Keep that one in mind.
So who does the book?
I have the book, and unfortunately, I don't have the book. I lent the book to our friend Kathleen the other day. She was at my house, and then after she left, I said, "Oh, I'm supposed to be reviewing that book."
So give us the name of the
So
book.
the name of the book is "In the Sea There Are Crocodiles,"
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Yeah. Okay.
and the author is Fabio Geda.
Fabio or B?
Fabio, Fabio.
Okay.
Geda is Gada.
Okay.
And he's an Italian author, and this is the first book that he has translated into English.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
The person who told it's based on a true story. It was about a refugee from Afghanistan, but he did fictionalize it because the person telling him the story was a child when this happened to him, and he didn't remember a lot of details. So he did, he wrote it as a novel, but it's based on
He filled it in.
his
Yeah.
life. I sure wish I had the book with me, but I wrote down some notes before I left. So anyway, the novel is based on the true story of Anei Atola,
Okay.
Akbari, and that is he journeyed from Afghanistan to Italy over a 5-year period.
And how old was he about?
He was 10 years old
By himself?
by
Oh
himself.
my gosh.
His mother, when the Taliban took over Afghanistan, his family was in this sect, and I don't have the book, so I couldn't remember what it was. It started with an H that the Taliban didn't like, and his father had done something, and the Taliban would go after the father's family.
Yeah.
So his mother, took him when he was 10 years old and snuck him out of Afghanistan into Pakistan and brought him to this, it was like a halfway house where there were other refugees. And the next morning when he woke up, she was gone. She left him there because she had other kids.
Oh,
For some reason, she had to protect him. I guess he was the oldest son or something.
Okay.
Oh God.
So now he's 10 years old. He wakes up and he doesn't know where his mother is. So the man who's running this thing, he goes to him and says, where's my mother? Where's my mother? And he said, your mother left. She went back, and you're on your own, kid.
Can you imagine?
10 years old.
But not only that, as a mother, not telling him, I'm just going to leave.
I guess, what was she supposed to? She was saving his life.
Yeah, but you tell them.
But
How do you tell a 10-year-old that
I'm
he
gonna
would have
leave
been
you.
How do you leave
cleaning?
him?
I
How
know.
do you leave him?
I guess that's the easiest way is to walk away.
I think it really
was
depends
Sophie's
on who
choice.
you are. Yeah, I think it depends who you are.
Exactly like Sophie's Choice, exactly.
Wow.
So anyway, the book goes through his journey and these other boys who are also, in the same situation, and they go from country to country. So they sneak into, I think the next place after Pakistan, he went to Iran. So you're always on the run,
Yeah.
and you're always hiding, but you could always get work, and you have to earn money because sooner or later the guards are going to come and find you. They're going to bring you back over the border, and you have to pay them. And you pay them, and then they have to pay somebody to help them get out again. So it's like this vicious cycle. And let me see what I wrote here. Okay, he was an Afghan refugee. He journeyed from Afghanistan to Italy as a child, went through Pakistan, Iran, Turkey, and Greece, and he eventually got to Italy, and that's where he was able to apply for asylum. And that was when he was 15 or 16 years old. There were times, he had no food. They did not have shelter. And that's the thing that really alarmed me. There were people in Pakistan when he was this little boy who did help him, but they helped him, they paid him to do work for them.
Right.
But nobody gave him shelter. It wasn't like you said, oh my God, this poor kid.
Right.
I'm going to take this kid into my home and I'm going to take care of him. That didn't happen no matter where these boys went.
So weird.
You know, like they would.
Is it like a culture that they, you know?
I
like,
don't
what-
know, because
you know?
I didn't understand that. I couldn't imagine if I found a 10-year-old boy roaming the streets,
Yeah.
not finding a home for that kid.
Right, right.
Even
yes.
if I myself couldn't
Yeah.
take in, but it's a whole different culture there, and it's a hard life over there too. It
Yeah.
isn't like these were like well-off people.
Right, right.
Right.
They probably were limited in
Yeah.
the mouths they could feed, you know, all of the above.
So, I mean, I didn't write a lot about it, but it explores like the themes of migration, and that's what was really hitting me. While I was reading it, I said, oh my God, you know, people in this administration should read this book, because it really brings to life the struggles that refugees have when they get somewhere and they're not welcome, or they have no jobs, they have no money. You know, it's
And they're not leaving a life that's comfortable.
No,
They're fighting for their own life.
this is better for them than where they came from.
Right,
You know, like
yeah.
being in this circumstance
Right.
is still better than where they came from. Like
Right,
he knew
right.
he could never go back to Afghanistan. He wanted his mother, but he knew that he could never go back there. And it's all about survival and hope and the cost of human conflict. And all these countries where there's, you know, these sects that are warring with each other, and the poverty, and girls getting kidnapped and
Raped.
sold and
Yeah.
raped, and you know, it's just.
So in the sea of, there are crocodiles. When was that written about? Would you?
I think it was written in 2010,
Oh, okay. So it's been around
2009,
for a while.
2010. Yeah, I
Okay.
think you could get it on thrift books.
Oh, okay.
So that must be where Samantha bought it used. I got a used copy of it. She lent it to me.
Right, right.
And this book was recommended by Amnesty International
Oh.
for teaching human rights.
Oh, that's an important.
Yeah.
No, this is a fiction or nonfiction?
He wrote it as
As a
fiction,
fiction.
but it's based
Based
on,
on-
he got the story right
Yes.
from this child.
Gotcha. Yeah. They changed the name.
When
of
he
stuff.
finally got to Italy and he applied for asylum, then he told this author had written another book about another refugee. So this boy went to this author and said, I have a story like that too. So, but it was very, very heartbreaking. I mean, the things that he went through, like marching over these young boys without the right equipment, going over snow-covered mountains with no food, no shelter, not the right shoes or anything, and many of them died.
Sure.
You know, this child survived it, and at the very end of the book, he did hear his mother's voice. He got in touch with his mother in Afghanistan over the phone, and he heard his mother's voice.
my
That's how
God.
the book ended.
Oh, wow.
So, but anyway, in the sea there are crocodiles, and that the title is from in one of the places where they were. I think it's when they were leaving Turkey or getting to Turkey. They had to go in this boat, these little rickety boats like the migrants do, coming here, and in the sea, and it was very rough. And one of the kids was, you know, they didn't know how to swim or anything either.
Right. No.
You know, and one of the kids said, "No, I'm not going in the sea. There are crocodiles."
Oh,
And
whoa. How
yeah.
many wildflowers would you?
Well, the story was very, very heart-wrenching, and I'm glad that I got to read the story. As far as how it was written, I think that the author, and I know he translated it, and he didn't bring that story out enough. I think he could have done a better job of doing that. I shouldn't judge him. I'm not a writer, so who am I to?
But as a reader, that's
But I felt that he could have done a better job of writing it
oh, okay.
or translating it. Maybe
Okay.
he's the translator. But I do recommend, like, read the story.
Yeah.
How many
You know, read the
Wildflowers
story.
are-
And it's a quick read. It isn't like a big book. So I would give it 3 Wildflowers.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But, you know, like 5 for the story. The story
Yeah,
was
right,
great.
right.
So.
People need, people
Yeah,
need
it's
to
a story that we need to know.
Right, right.
Because it's
And
happening right here
I
in
was
our
just gonna
country.
say, no, that it's not unique.
No,
It's not unique.
it's
and that's
happening
it.
all over the world
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Every
Ay, ay,
country
ay.
is dealing with this.
I know. So
Well,
anyway.
Well, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So your turn to do
Oh
the
God!
topic.
Now my time is going to be even worse because
God.
Oh no!
I know. Anyway, because again, I just got back. Didn't really
Right.
have a lot of time to prepare. So
Right.
I know. I said, well, I'm going to talk about the Epstein Files.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You did mention
What?
that.
Because
What Epstein Files?
We do.
The redacted ones?
Yeah.
With
Well,
only pictures of Bill
And again,
Clinton?
it's going to be short because
Good.
because for past few podcasts we've said, I know I've said a few times, we still don't have the Epstein Files. Well, it's past December 19th and there was a deadline for the Department of Justice to release Epstein Files because of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. This was passed by Congress with overwhelming bipartisan support in November 2020.
Everybody but one.
5.
One person voted
Yeah.
for it.
And again, if you remember,
Congress and Senate.
November 2025, there was not much bipartisan going on
No.
because the government was shut down for half of that
Uh-huh.
month.
Right.
But they did manage to pass this Epstein Files Transparency Act, and it required that the DOJ release all unclassified records and materials related to investigations by December 19th, 2025. It didn't say start to release them.
Right.
It didn't.
Right.
It said they all had to happen. And these are records that the DOJ has had for a very long time.
And the DOJ is a misnomer because it's not even a Department of Justice.
Now, after that act was passed, 3 judges, one of them from Florida, 2 of them from New York, also ordered the unsealing, which is a big deal, of records. That doesn't usually happen very often. They ordered the unsealing of records related to the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking cases and the grand jury investigations leading up to that. Again, big deal.
Yeah.
And that was to comply and to give permission for the DOJ to use those files to comply with this Epstein Files Transparency Act. Now, these could be FBI files, grand jury transcripts and exhibits, and they specifically mentioned financial records, private airplane passenger logs, interview notes from victims, photos, and videos. So, the DOJ, however, was ordered to redact personal identifying information to protect the privacy and safety of victims,
Victims. Right.
not anybody else. So then I said, read the DOJ statement. Okay, so I said it here. So where's the DOJ statement? Did I save it? Oh, tell me I didn't write it down. Shoot, I thought I saved it and I didn't save it. Anyway, the DOJ statement, I can Google it up real quick, that says anything but. Statement, release, Epstein. Okay. Here it is. They wrote, in view of the congressional deadline, all reasonable efforts have been made to review and redact personal information pertaining to victims, other private individuals. That wasn't part of the order. They were supposed to release that. And protect sensitive materials from disclosure. Not supposed to do that. So right there, they've redacted information that is outside of the bounds of the order. And they're telling us that. That said, because of the volume of information involved, this website may nevertheless contain information that inadvertently includes non-public personally identifiable information or other sensitive content to include matters of a sexual nature. In the event a member of the public identifies any information that should not have been posted, please notify us immediately so we can take steps to correct the problem. That's their statement. So I went on, I just got back and I started searching a little bit on there. very little that I could find on there, and it's very unorganized. And when you put a search, it's hard to search within the confines of the Epstein release. You're searching pretty much.
It's all different,
things.
Documents, photos,
Some
cell phones,
victims have said
emails.
that their names were released and unredacted.
Wow.
But the names of their accusers that they named were redacted.
Of course.
And so it's despicable.
Can I ask you a question, the two
Sure.
of you? Did you really think that they were going to?
No.
No.
Me neither. I knew it was bullshit.
Yeah.
He said, oh yeah, they're all saying, yeah, all of them were releasing
Yeah.
them all. There was no way on God's green earth
Yeah.
that they were going to release that information
Nope.
unless it was about, like today, Carolyn Levitt did a post on social media
What did
with
she
the
say?
photograph of Clinton
Right.
in the hot tub,
Right. But
laying there in the hot tub with the person that was in there with him was redacted, and she just said, oh wow.
Red herring. We all know Bill Clinton, and his ways, and like I think I've said on here publicly, I've said it privately. I don't care if it's a Democrat
No, me too. I
or
don't
it's a
care.
Republican.
You're a pedophile.
And not only do we need to know the names of who were the people that these women were trafficked to, we should also know the accomplices, because as I'll talk about in a second, this didn't happen in a vacuum. There are over, there's thousands of victims probably that I think it's like 17 or 1800 or something like that have come forward.
Yeah.
And Maxwell and Epstein didn't do that on their own.
No,
There
and
were
so many
drivers,
people
there were pilots, there were cooks, there
Exactly.
were maids, there were all these employees around them who all knew that what was going on.
And how about just the people who maybe they weren't involved, but they've been there and they knew what was going on
That's
too.
what I'm trying to...
Keeping their friggin' mouths closed.
And one thing I hesitate to mention, but not to point fingers, but I do wonder, these young girls, where were the adults in their lives?
Well,
Where-
they preyed on the girls.
Well,
No,
I can tell
their
you with this one.
parents. The parents, like her mom
I
and
can
dad.
tell you.
Well,
Okay.
they preyed on girls who were in trouble or who didn't have that parental guidance or who was sexually molested. And
Yeah. Well, what prompted this is because I read this book. This is
Right.
called Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Dupre. Virginia was probably one of the most prominent victims that came forward. She was photographed with Prince Andrew. And there are photographs in this book, and you can go through them if you want to look at some of them. Because one of them I think just find so disgusting. There's a picture here from 2001 at Naomi Campbell's 31st birthday party held on a yacht in Saint-Tropez. All the adults, look how young she is in this sea of adults.
Wow.
God,
Yeah.
she's probably 13.
No, she
14.
was, I think she was probably like 15 or 16 in this video, but so young. And nobody is questioning
Why is she there?
why is she
Yeah.
here surrounded by
Right.
adult men.
Right.
Not that she's not related to.
Right. Right.
And she wasn't a model or anything like this, And even if she was, she shouldn't be at that birthday party.
Today on the news they had this little thing.
wanna
It
look at
was
the
a
pictures?
No, I don't need to see the
a
pictures,
14-year-old girl. It was Jeffrey Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump. She was 14 years old, and he said to Trump, "It's a good one, huh?" And she said that she felt very uncomfortable,
Well, yeah.
but she was 14 years old. She didn't know how to handle it.
Right.
Well,
So
that's-
where were her parents?
Her parents. So she, and she hates the word perfect victim, but she was a perfect victim. She, her parents, I think, were divorced or not together. Her mother was with a stepfather. He molested her. He raped her. He trafficked her out to his pedophile friend,
Oh,
who
wow.
they traded daughters, and so that they could then rape each other's daughters and comparing notes. Okay. So she didn't stand a chance. So she was dealing with all of that, trying to get out. She was raped on the streets. She was, right after a rape on the encounter, she fled from a motel room where she was raped. And as she was crying on the sidewalk, a limo pulls up. And it's Ron Eppinger. Have you heard of the name Ron Eppinger? Famous guy. big real estate tycoon and all of that, who's got a son, Ron Eppinger Jr., who's, I don't think the apple has fallen from the tree there, from what I can see. And they're down in Florida. He picks her up. He's flanked by a whole bunch of young women, and he rapes her and traffics her. Then her stepfather was working at Mar-a-Lago.
Wow.
And
Oh, that's right.
her father brought her to work one day to introduce her to Donald Trump and said, okay, yes, you can have a job here.
Massage.
Sure.
A massage.
Not massage, it was like kind of like towel girl in the spa area. So,
Yeah.
and very soon she was approached quickly by Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I thought that Ghislaine Maxwell, the story I heard about it was that she was offered a job in the massage.
In the massage,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So she brought her home to meet Maxwell. Actually, no, sorry. She said, "Come by and talk to me, and I can make you professional. I have somebody who can pay for your schooling and get you all of this." So the stepfather, drove her to there, and then after that, a driver would come and pick her up. Drivers would do this. Now, years go by. At the end of a book, it seems she alludes to the fact that she believes her stepfather was paid by the Epsteins.
Wow.
To kind of keep his mouth shut about all of this throughout. She actually was named a few names. She was talked about a prime minister. She talked about being raped by a billionaire and with his pregnant wife there, and how they both knew about it. People on Reddit are great because they pretty much figured out who that person was on Reddit. But what is interesting to me, and I think all of the speculation, and it boils me over because she doesn't name a lot of names, and she really tells why, is because when she came forward with Prince Andrew, she was sued.
Oh, yeah.
Dramatically. And it turns out she was right. Okay, but people with money, they can keep people down.
I know.
And I said, they could drag the DOJ could drag the release of these files on till kingdom come.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Sure.
You know what will stop this? We need somebody like Warren Buffett, who's already said he's not going to leave his money to his kids. He should publicly pledge to pay the legal fees of the Epstein victims because they don't want to name the names publicly because they will get sued and these people have no money to defend themselves and their lives will be destroyed. But if you have Warren Buffett money backing that up,
Right.
I would love to see that happen. That's how we'll get that information. We need somebody with a big pockets to fund the legal fees of these victims. And I really hope somebody does that because that's how we will name them. Because they've gone to court, they've named them in grand jury testimony. They have named them to FBI, but they're not being released. And they're not going to be released.
No, they're not.
So we need them to come out and say it publicly and with somebody to back them up with it, legal fees to do that.
Now, do you guys believe that Epstein committed suicide?
No.
Me neither.
I don't believe it anyway. I'm not even sure he's dead.
No, I think
I
he's
think
dead.
he was murdered.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
he said publicly that he said I could destroy Donald Trump. They weren't his exact words, but
I would love though to have the names not just of the people that were trafficked to, but of everybody else that have helped them. One of the biggest ones are pilots that were ferrying these women to and from. They knew what was going on. And in order to be a pilot of the highest caliber, you have to be, usually these are airline transport pilot certificate holders. There's a requirement that you have to have good moral character.
yeah.
And if these people knew what was going on, it's possible they may not meet that threshold. I can't say that for certain.
Right.
But I would like to know that, and that's a revocable license offense. So
Well, I think that the
to have
President of the United States is also supposed to have good moral character.
Actually, is it? I don't know if it is. I don't think you do.
I don't know. I
think
thought
you
in
do.
Congress you had to also.
But he's not. He's above that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy topic, and it's like, are we going to ever get to the bottom of it? And I don't think we are.
What do you think is really behind the not releasing of it?
Trump.
I think
I
it's
think
a lot of powerful people who were involved in that.
Yeah.
including Trump. He
Some-
was friends with him for years.
Anything that comes out of Trump's mouth is just BS, and it's just like, oh, I got rid of him, and it's just all of it is just such BS. And I do think that Epstein was murdered.
I think he was murdered also.
If he's
Yeah.
not alive, he definitely was murdered. I think. I don't
Well,
think
I don't
he
think
killed
they would.
himself.
I don't. No, I don't either.
Now, what do you think about Ghislaine Maxwell? Do you think she's going to be pardoned?
Oh yeah.
Of course she's already in Cushionville.
Yeah.
Okay, so the DOJ, the assistant DOJ went and interviewed her. I would like to hear that interview.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she's in
Yeah.
this country club prison,
Right. Prison.
and she has applied for pardon, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if she did or not. I hadn't heard that, but
Oh no, I think she did. She
Yeah.
was
God.
well, let me just, she'll tell you in her own words, just a couple of excerpts from this book if you don't, because I really would recommend it. And she says, I know about monsters. As a child, I suffered nearly every kind of abuse: incest, parental neglect, severe corporal punishment, molestation, rape. As a teen, I had been sexually trafficked by other pedophiles, even before I met Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. But those two doubled down on my suffering. In my years with them, they lent me out to scores of wealthy, powerful people. I was habitually used and humiliated, and in some instances choked, beaten, and bloodied. I believed that I might die a sex slave.
I don't even think I could read that book. I really don't think I could read. I know what happened to her. I don't need to read it.
Well, here's something I did she chose this passage by Anna Sewell to start off her that was in the beginning part that I read, the introduction, but to start off her book, she chose an excerpt by Anna Sewell from Black Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
She loved horses, by the way, so
Yeah.
horses feature prominently in her book. Do you know why this world is as bad as it is? It is because people think only about their own business and won't trouble themselves to stand up for the oppressed, nor bring the wrongdoers to light. My doctrine is this, that if we see cruelty or wrong, that we have the power to stop and do nothing, we make ourselves sharers in the guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Warren Buffett, please pay the legal fees
Yeah.
of these women. Somebody has to pay
Yeah.
the legal fees of these women so that they can come and speak their truth, because our government is protecting
Yeah.
the wrong people. The government is protecting the
Guilt.
conspirators, the guilty, the
Yeah.
pedophiles, and
Yeah.
they should be protecting girls like Virginia Giuffre.
Now, how did she kill herself? Is there proof that she killed herself?
I was, you know what, I don't want to
That's a good
comment
question.
on that. There's, people seem, even her family, because I've seen interviews with them, believe that she
Yeah.
did kill herself. Although I think, it was, to me, very weird. But I think it was overdose. A few months before that, she had a serious car accident, which to me sounded suspicious. In like rural Australia,
Yeah.
which landed her in the hospital. She almost died.
Yeah.
And she was then put on serious painkillers and everything after that. And then she was found OD'd.
What, did she die in the hospital?
No.
Oh.
She died at home in rural Australia.
Wow.
But her
It's,
family, who she was close with her brother, believed that it was an accidental overdose. She was going
I wonder
through
if the car
a divorce, I
accident
think,
was
at
an
the time.
accident,
Or
it was them trying to silence her.
it's horrible to have these thoughts, but it's not any stretch of the imagination, because that's what they do.
I know. It's horrible to have these thoughts thinking these people are running the world.
Exactly.
And it's,
Yeah.
the people that she names, they're running companies that we use
Right.
every day.
Yeah.
And like I just drove one, but I'm not going to say it on here because she didn't name him publicly in this book, but it was something else that I read. I just passed one of his stores on the way here in Airport Plaza, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going in there, and I'll never shop
Yeah.
there. Never
One of
again.
whose stores?
One
She's
of
not saying.
the
She's not
name
saying.
of the
I
person.
think I know which one, because I don't shop there either.
Yeah, and
Knock
so
it off and leave him alone.
because anyway, so it's
Yeah.
just very. I would pick this up. It was very eye opening. Now I've read a lot about this subject because I used to do this work, and I've read thousands
Right.
of these cases, and I met thousands of pedophiles. so I was used to, I think, reading it. It wasn't, it was, I think we should read it. For those who aren't, I think we should, because I think there's a lot of victim blaming. You know, I mean, think about when Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky scandal happened. How much shit did Monica Lewinsky get?
Yeah.
We really have not come that far where
Yeah.
we used to blame the victim a lot. It wasn't really until the Me Too movement came about, thankfully, that it really was like, no.
Yeah.
You know, people in power should not be preying upon those
I know.
who don't have
And
it.
she was a very young girl too.
She was
an
very, very
intern.
young.
What was she, 20 or?
And a lot of them didn't know who these powerful people were. So it's
Yeah.
like, to name them, it's like, they didn't, you know, they were, call them Uncle So-and-so, call
Yeah.
them this. They didn't know they were probably dealing with multi-millionaires or political connected people.
And I just want to make a point, like when we say powerful, sometimes it doesn't have to be a rich person.
No.
It could be just somebody who's got power over you in one way or
A
the other.
caregiver, it
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
be a neighbor, it could be a teacher, it could
Yeah.
be anything.
Yeah,
And
sure.
that's power.
Right.
And especially to a child who we're taught to respect elders, you
Yeah.
listen to them, and
Yeah.
they don't know
Yep.
what's right or what's wrong really yet.
Well, and also those people use fear.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
their weapon. They use fear
Yeah.
to get control.
Sure.
The same as what the government does to us currently,
Yeah.
like these conspiracy theories, getting people to believe horrible things.
Yeah.
You know, getting people to do horrible things by using fear, like Jews will not replace us,
Right.
and you know the migrants are criminals and rapists and
They're eating
murderers.
the
They
cats,
use
they're eating the
fear.
dogs, and you don't
I
hear that
know.
anymore. You
Well,
don't
don't
hear.
be ruled by fear, just be ruled by
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Read
Yeah.
this book. Now, is she a perfect person? And
Nobody's girl. that's
Nobody's
the
girl,
thing.
and I read a little bit more. She, was criticized in some ways. There was maybe some inconsistencies. Some people had pointed out. Perfect victim? No.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we all have lapses in recollection, or
Right,
maybe
right.
dates, or what. You don't know dates when you're
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
this is all happening
Sure.
to you. But you
Sure.
know it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to say, after reading this in her own words, I believed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And it's not
it
like
rings-
she was the only one either.
No, it rings
No,
true
no.
with other things that I have read in real
Right.
life, in accounts. This
Yeah.
is accurate, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So I definitely would give this a good read to bring.
Yeah.
How many? Oh wait, you're not doing the book review.
No,
that's
I'm
right.
not doing the book review, but that's
Well,
my
you
part,
did
yeah.
the book at
Yeah,
another
right,
podcast.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
No, I didn't. I said I was going to do the book. I brought it one time, and I was like, I'm going to do this.
Oh, okay.
And I thought we would all do the Epstein one.
Oh,
yeah,
So I
yeah.
showed it, but no. Yeah, I would definitely pick this up if you have a chance.
Well, thank you for the topic.
Yes,
then.
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
But
Thank you very
Happy
much.
New Year.
Happy New Year,
Let's
everyone.
hope
Hopefully it is a Happy New
Yeah.
Year and
Yeah.
2026.
some things get done.
Yeah, educate yourself.
Well, I did hear that, just a note that I think it was Raskin and Garcia were trying to see what they could do to bring the DOJ.
Yeah, Raskin
into
was on
compliance. I don't
CNN
know.
right before I left.
Maybe
He
there'll
was
be
on.
contempt
Yeah.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, well, they're
thank you for
suing
watching.
the DOJ. They're thinking of suing the DOJ.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
We'll
happens.
see what happens.
And they're thinking of, there's talk about impeaching Bondi.
Right, I've heard that too.
So let's see
It's
what
not far
happens.
enough.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.